guys, we are back at the dyno. So as mentioned previously, we're here back at the dyno at Hammer Performance. We've got the piping on now, we've got the intake on, the intercooler, so this is the last thing I was waiting for. We are going to make some power and hopefully be over 500 dyno jet. So let's get it rolling. Alrighty, so the highest run we have is 497, 554. So I'm probably gonna let it cool down a little bit. You know, we made a 20, 30, 40 minute drive over here. So I'll let it cool for a bit and make another run, see how it does. Alrighty, so we just made 500 wheel horsepower and 550 foot-pounds of torque. I'm going to post the chart so you guys can see the difference in what the intake did as far as spool, but also as far as power up top. So go ahead and take a look at the chart here. You'll notice that the power up top is significant compared to what it was before, and pretty much with 4,500 RPM up, it makes more power. 20 horsepower up top, so that's a really big deal. So for those of you who are looking at doing an intake, I definitely recommend it. Charged pipes, I definitely recommend it. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and get my truck off the dyno and get the next one on. All right guys, so we have Austin's Bronco Raptor in here now. And you guys have seen Austin from, probably from Instagram, but he's a jet pilot. And so he likes to go fast. So that's why he came to us. But he had a previous tune on here and he wanted a little bit more out of it. And so he's been asking me for at least 3 years, hey, when are you gonna tune these? When are you gonna tune these? And I told him, you know, we're not gonna tune them, not yet. But finally we decided to jump in, so that's why we got ours. In doing so, now we're gonna have to tune his because he's been asking for so long. But yeah, this is his Bronco Raptor. It's a pretty nice setup. He's got an intercooler, he's got an intake. Pretty dirty filter, we'll see how this tunes. But he's already swapped his ECU out and I believe he's got downpipes. So this should make mid 400s as well. I'm gonna get this going. Cool, so that first map made 432 horsepower, 512 foot-pounds of torque. So this is 91 octane, basically stage 2. So we're gonna do another pull and see how it ends up.
So this is Austin. He's fellow New Mexican and he's gonna talk about his Bronco Raptor.
This is my 2022 Bronco Raptor. I got it in December of 22, so right at the end of the first year they came out with them. I got this specifically because I really wanted the Bronco when they came out, and then when they finally announced that they're doing the Raptor, I stopped everything I was doing and went full steam ahead on this. Since I've gotten it, I've changed just about everything I could factory on it, so still a couple things I'm working on, but overall, from the factory, super capable vehicle, really loved it. With every additional mod I've done though, it's made it even just that much better. That much more personalized too, which I think Ford did pretty well, making them easily customizable. Overall though, I've loved this truck since I got it, or Bronco, whatever we call it. I'm not really sure yet. Yeah, here we are just making it even better.
.32 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque. Almost identical curves. So now that I have this data, I'm going to stop and make some changes to the tune and get back on it.
Is it dirty 30?
I tried.
I tried.
I have a new one at home already. I have a new one.
Yeah.
Just got it yesterday.
So you say you went through 4 of them already?
This is the 4th.
Oh
so
my
I have
gosh.
a 5th one at home.
Gotcha.
With a sock to go over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Kind of help a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's $68 each, $69 each one.
Hey, got a good use out of it.
So his made 445, 5/11 pounds of torque. So man, that filter was really bad. We're gonna leave this here. This is pretty standard on our 91 octane, so I'm happy with it. What's up, dude? How you doing, Matt? Yours is inside getting taken care of, right? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. We're gonna swap his ECU now, and then get his on the dyno. Man, that does scare me though. I've seen these guys like tear them off, go flying everywhere. All right, so this is Scott. He's from Houston, right?
Austin.
Austin. I knew it was somewhere around there. But we are going to swap his ECU now and get him ready to start the tuning process. Like you guys saw in the last vlog, what I like to do is just set the ECU right here and then do all the FDRS work. And then once that's done and everything is started, everything's good, then I'm gonna put the ECU in place. So we'll go ahead and get that started now. You guys have seen this before. ECU. Okay, so we've got the ECU paired up to the truck, everything's running. We have to relearn some things here, and so I will start that process now, but everything's looking good. So at this point, what I typically do after the relearn process is I'll put the ECU in and we're golden. So now we can start the tuning process, but everything is swapped over. It's a 15-minute process in between us talking, and that's pretty much it, super easy. And now this is able to be custom tuned. It's not an off-the-shelf tune, it's not a JB4 tune, it's going to be custom tuned. So if he wants to do turbos later and make 700 horsepower, that's on the table. So we're going to get started with this other procedure and then end up swapping the ECU in. All right guys, so now we're going to swap this PCM. We've got the other one running in here, it's all married and everything, so it's just about getting it over into the stock location. So the first thing you guys want to do is remove the negative terminal. All right, that's all finished. And then in the PCM back here, there is a 10 millimeter here on this side. And then there's a 10 millimeter behind this bracket. So the first thing we're going to do is pull off the harnesses so that we can see everything. So with the harnesses out of the way, we're going to take the 10 millimeter that's on the driver's side off, and then we're going to focus on the passenger side. Okay, so now that we've got the 10 millimeter off on that side, there is this little harness connector. So what you do is there's a clip on this side. You just pull that towards you and this thing falls down and it exposes the other 10 millimeter right there. So we're gonna work on this now. Okay, so now that those two are out, he's got some wiring in the way. We might have to cut those zip ties, but you can see the PCM is kind of loose now. However, down here, there is a wire stay. So we need to pull that off of the bracket, and there's one here as well. So we're gonna pull these, you can see this here, we're gonna pull this off. So next you get a trim tool and you pop this little part off here. So now that that's all taken care of, you can pull the ECU out. So now this just slides out. It's gonna get caught on this wire harness, push that up underneath the little ECU arm, and the ECU comes free. This is about a 5-minute job or so. So the next thing we're gonna do is pop these clips out from underneath. This one. Flip it over, do the same thing. Front cover comes off. So what I like to tell people is to watch the orientation. So the top of the ECU is facing up. So now there's these clips, which happen to line up right in that little indent there. So you lift this, and this slides off. So now we grab the other ECU, face up, slide this in, make sure these two clips click. There's the slots. Remember, this was face up. This slides over. Make sure these clips are pushed behind or underneath. They're underneath. ECU swapped, so it's going to go back into place. This can be a little bit more challenging because you want to line up this hole and this hole on the firewall. And you want to line that up here and here. So let's try to get this back in. All right, so once it's there in place, I like to take the 10mm nut, put it in here, but be very careful because you don't want to drop this down in here. So you kind of got to feel it. I'll hold on to it till I feel the bolt back there. And once I feel it back there and it's on, I'll get it with my hand. And just continue doing this. Okay, so now that we've got the ECU secured back in there, we're going to take the cable stays or the harness stays and push those back into place, and then we're going to get the harnesses pop back into place. So make sure on this last harness, furthest on the passenger side, you leave it unclipped because this retaining is going to go on the back side of it. Clip into place, then that goes in. And that's it. Now we do the battery, and we are all finished. All in all, the ECU swap takes from start to finish maybe 20-30 minutes, including the programming. So now we're going to get inside here, start it up, move it to the dyno. So it baselined at 335 wheel horsepower, 416 foot-pounds of torque. Now what's interesting about this, you guys, is that these vehicles do not care about boost. They are load-based vehicles, and so in order to hit a specific load, it runs the boost it needs to run. What's crazy though, being at altitude and being hot, is this vehicle runs 18 pounds of boost stock. So in order to make 335 wheel horsepower, they made 18 pounds of boost. So we're going to modify the tune, we're going to throw ours in and see what we pick up off our baseline.
So we've got Scott here, and we're just going to give him a moment to talk about his Bronco and what he loves about it.
Well, I mean, first off, what's not to love about it? They look amazing. When I first found out they were coming out with a Raptor version, I had to have it. You know, it's off-road, all the high-speed dunes, everything. And when we first got it, there wasn't a lot of accessories available, so that, you know, rabbit hole of trying to find things. Then obviously you can see there's full accessories for it, but the power that they give off is really good right off the get-go, but it's something that just, you knew it had more, right? So been waiting for a long time. I did end up getting a JB4 tune on it. It's been a great tune, but it's not a true tune, as we know. It's just a plug and play. Was happy with it, still happy with it, but not what I'm wanting, right? Not the goose juice, you know? So, and there's been some other companies come out which are great, but I feel this one is the right one for daily drivers, for everything. The full package. Sorry, stumbling upon my words. So I am super excited to have the goose juice in this thing. I cannot wait to get it. I'm excited like a kid in a candy store. You know, you're just like, oh yeah, that one thing. Like, I haven't been this excited about a mod on the vehicle in a long time. You know, you go through and it's like, oh, okay, they got a new light out. Okay, great, cool light. Oh, they got a new rack out. Okay, cool light. Oh, wait, Winfield's got a juice now? Let's do it. So yes, very excited about this. I couldn't be more excited.
Awesome.
So thank you for this.
So we just finished up Scott's. It made 335 stock, and tune it made 437. So a little over 100 horsepower. I think the torque numbers were like 416 to start and ended up at 514, so a little under 100 torque. So excellent results. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend a tank of E30 and run an E30 blend on here. So we're expecting to pick up another 50 horsepower or so. Let's give it a shot. Appreciate you. Got this blended now. So let's start it up and check the fuel trims. It's really important that once you blend fuel like this, you drive for a couple miles or so, especially you guys who are road tuning with me or street tuning with me. You don't want to just get in here and do a rip right away. You want to make sure that you drive it a little bit, get the fuel blended. It takes a little bit with these direct injected vehicles because it's got to go through the lines. Or some of the dual injector, the PIDI stuff, you can just almost rip on it right away, but I still say to drive it around for a little bit. I'll see the fuel trims here start to move around, so once I see them stabilize, then we can go ahead and start the tuning process. So that pull made 462 wheel horsepower and 528 foot-pounds of torque. So that's a big jump over stock. So now over stock, we're up almost 130 wheel horsepower and 110 to 112 foot-pounds of torque. So that's big. So we're gonna make some more changes, see how much more we can get out of it, but probably gonna end up around there, to be honest. This baseline really, really low, so he's already up big power.
So everyone, this is Matt, and he's also from Austin, and he's buddies with Scott. He's going to tell us about his Bronco Raptor.
Yeah, so my name is Matt Randall, and I bought this Bronco a little bit over 2 years ago. I could say it's my midlife crisis vehicle, right? And over the last couple of years, I've been trying to itch along to do different upgrades to really drive performance because while it is a four-wheel drive vehicle, I like to go fast. And through the course of it, I've done a lot of add-ons. I even went through a particular tuning experience that ended up being less than great. So when Winfield came out with tuning, I really experienced something very new, very meticulous, and very thorough with his process of tuning. This combined with what we're going to be showing you today with Nostrum's high pressure fuel pump, Stage 3 fuel injectors, S&B, a cold charge pipe, and some other goodies I can't talk about yet. Hopefully we'll see some really high numbers and output today, making me very happy on the street with a smile as I'm able to accelerate and show some of the Jeep 392s what's really up.
All right, guys, so we are the next day after tuning these Bronco Raptors, and we decided to go for a test drive, do a little run out here in the New Mexico desert. So we have Matt and Tyson in front of us. I'm in the second spot, and we have Scott and then Austin.
Take a hole right here.
We should have a lot of fun. I think Matt said he's never been off-road before, or at least in this type of terrain, so this will be a good thing for him to get used to and have some fun with. So it's definitely not the brake. It's something else.
Okay.
Straight.
Yes. If not, that goes everywhere.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a big one.
Oh.
I guess we're not supposed to be here right now. This is the US-Mexico border, and Matt apparently crossed the threshold. Oh, there's two of them.
I think he's gonna make us turn around. Yeah, back up.
Can you say back up?
I don't know.
They said that there's a new rule that there's no other civilians allowed by the border under any circumstances. So we're going to turn back around.
Oh, that's
Copy.
Okay.
Copy.
Scott talked to Border Patrol, and he said it's cool for us to go down here and take a photo by the border wall. So it's pretty cool. You guys have soldiers over here deployed.
Yeah. It's like he's gonna let us know where to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Line up. He says we can drive a little bit if we want to. Back in.
Okay.
Now, if you want, or Winfield, you want to come park next to me?
Yeah.
On the other side, I mean the left side. Pass me.
Yeah. And then I'll go next to you and then Austin.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So as mentioned, we're here at the border wall in New Mexico and Mexico, and we have Border Patrol right behind us here. But also, there's a bunch of militaries out here as well. So they let us line up our trucks, get some cool photos, and hang around for a little bit. So we might even be able to rip up and down here, which would be pretty cool. But we'll see if it happens, because they just told us to leave, so I'm not sure we'll be able to do that. Now my Bronco Raptor looks super basic.
No, it doesn't.
It's super basic.
No, it's not.
I've got to fix that. I like the wheels, I like the tires. I think I need a mid-travel kit.
That went from 0 to 100.
That's what I need. Man. Look at that. Oh no. Oh, he stopped before us.
Your front fender maybe?
Was it a fender?
Yep. Busted a fender
dang
off.
it. My bad.
We got a fender down back here.
Man, that does scare me though. I've seen these guys like tear them off, go flying everywhere. Tear them off, go flying everywhere. Tear them off, go flying everywhere. What was that?
Your front fender maybe? Okay, back on track after losing a fender. And that was exciting.
I need a new alignment. My steering wheel's all super crooked.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Been up here 24 times, never done this.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a lot cooler.
Smells good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Whoops. My bad. He's done. Guys, this is Matt. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Oh, shoot. All right, so we're coming to the end of a pretty wild 3 days. So to recap, Friday we hit the dyno. We got all the Raptors on the dyno, and they all did well. So Matt and Scott came from Austin. Austin came from Alamogordo. We all met at Hammer Performance in El Paso, and we got them all on the dyno, made some good power. Yesterday, we went out with Tyson from Hammerbuilt, and we did some trails out in Santa Teresa, New Mexico. We took some pictures of the border wall that you guys have seen. We just had a blast. And so today we came out to Alamogordo and hit some of the Red Sands area. And then we came up to Cloudcroft, had some dinner at a brewery here in Cloudcroft, and now heading down the mountain. So we'll show you guys some of the final footage here, but this is the last day, Sunday here. So it was a great weekend. We had a good time, and everybody's leaving home with a little bit of extra power. So we want to thank you guys for coming out, hanging out with us for the weekend, and we really enjoyed it. So thank you guys, and check out some of this footage.